Hi guys,
Hi fans.
it's us again.
Of course. If you are new for the first time, if you are here for the first time, Kemi and she's
Gift.
together we are KG, as you can see, YouTube channel. So
Okay.
the topic for today is quite interesting, and it follows the last video, why we applied to Stanford, and now we are talking about the application process itself. It's quite detailed, and yeah, we hope we'll be able to answer some of your questions. Would you like to get us started?
Okay. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen.
So after the whole meeting and everything that we had to do with the professor, now we're left on our own. I mean, it's you that wants to get into Stanford, so
Prove yourself.
exactly, basically prove yourself. And at that point, like I said, we're just concluded our first semester. Okay, now at this point, I think we're about to resume the second semester, which is the fall semester at the University of Alabama. So now when you're applying, the first thing, like, you're going to need your CV, your statement of purpose, and for Stanford they also needed a diversity statement. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Your unofficial transcript.
Yeah, exactly.
And what else?
Then I think that was just basically documents that you already have, and then
and a sample paper in German and in English.
Right.
Each
right.
15 to 25 pages.
Yeah,
That was
exactly. So it doesn't have to be published, just something you have written in 15 to 25 pages, one in German and one in English.
Mm-hmm.
Different papers, like different topics. I don't think it
doesn't mean she translates.
Yeah, exactly.
The same,
translates
exactly one paper in German.
No, you're right. Like two different papers. So, oh my gosh. So with the CV, I mean, CV is like the easiest. You start with like where you are at the point that where you are currently in life, and then you go down your skills. Make sure that when you are writing your job experience, work experience, you're including, because I think Stanford limited us to one page. Yeah, one CV page, because what have you achieved in life that you cannot enter one page? I mean, some people have like more things to do, and they just
bring your most important achievement to the table.
The one that fits what you're going to study, the one that fits your field, bring it to the table, and then if you now have space, you can include some other smaller details. So we had that. And then we had to also write the statement of purpose. Oh my gosh, that was where the problem was. Damn. Because like I said, we did not really know exactly what we wanted to do. I mean, we were having ideas already at that time, but nothing specific. So we, it's not like you're going to, it's not masters for crying out loud. It's Stanford. Let's not lie.
And it's a PhD.
Exactly.
PhD program.
You have to come with your A game. You have to know what you're doing. Oh my God. So it's not like you're not going to write, I like your school because it's beautiful, it's prestigious, nobody cares. What exactly are you going, like, what do you want from us? That was how it was. So the first thing we did was to go check the professors' bio, like, so almost every university has, like in the US, they have like a website, and you can check the professors and what they are doing, what they're interested in, the books they've published, and all of that. And thankfully, I think Stanford even had a link to buy the books of the professors. So we went to the bios, we read it. There were so many professors, and then we were able to like streamline it into just two people that we realized we were like interested in their works. So no, I don't think we didn't send an email to the professors yet. The first thing to do was, and this time it was so crazy because, as I said, school had resumed. So by the time we applied to Stanford, we applied in November. Before then, we were also nominated by the department for a Knight Hennessy scholarship. For the Knight Hennessy, like, it's a prestigious scholarship. We didn't get it though, but I mean, we were nominated by our department to apply for it. And because the department has to nominate you, you may not get it, but at least you have to be nominated by the department before you can apply. So
of course you can
apply
on your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes more sense.
So that was in it was because of Knight Hennessy scholarship that we had to apply to Stanford early, because normally Stanford's deadline was December 1, and Night Hennessy's deadline was, I think, October 6th, thereabouts.
Yeah.
They were supposed to open on August, maybe 6th, and then close by October 6th. So by the end of, by Night Hennessy's deadline, you had to have applied to Stanford as well. Or also I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, very complicated. Yeah, that was it.
You have to make 2 separate
applications. And the earliest deadline must be the one that you should have submitted your 2 applications to, whatever. So that was why we ran up and down, and now at that time the semester was getting crazy. We had to write, you're students, you have to do your jobs as graduate teaching assistants, and then we also had to write normal final papers for the semester. Then
at that point we got a scholarship to take a course,
exactly,
on
a Goethe course,
Goethe Institute
German
course,
language
C1
course.
And that was crazily time consuming.
Oh my
it was crazy. At this point we're going to the library.
Exactly, we had to just
every
make
day.
the resolution that, you know what, we can't be at home. We have to wake up in the morning, go to the library at 10, get back at 9 p.m. That was our schedule.
So by 4th of August, we had stopped working at the retirement home. So every day, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., people on our WhatsApp stories would understand that we used to share. So
yeah.
It was crazy.
Oh my gosh. And then we had to now read the books of those professors. Because, when you're applying for your PhD, you have to point a professor that you want to work with. It's not like the general master's application where you're just I just want to study this. Now for a PhD, you have to state exactly who you want to work with, so that your SOP, that's the statement of purpose, can be more detailed. So I had to order some books on Amazon that the professor that I wanted to work with had written, and then borrow some in the library. Kemi has to do the same as well, because you have to know a lot about what they've done. You have to know where the professor is at this point,
and where your interest connects.
Exactly, with it, where the professor's research stops and what they are trying to do next and all of that. So tasking.
Enough information on the website about their interests. They just tell you this.
They just summarize it in 5 lines.
Exactly.
But when you read the books they've written, you're able to tell, oh, great. This is exactly what I want to do, or maybe I can continue your research. I can help you with your research in this way. That's basically what the statement of purpose was supposed to be about. And then at that point as well, suddenly one of our professors said, we should apply for the DART scholarship. I was drained. Oh gosh, that's
no. It was great. It was one of the toughest moments of our life. In fact, it was the toughest moment of our life, not one of it.
I've not done anything. I've never had to do so many applications. Now read so many books, and
our
then
mental health.
We had to submit the German and English papers. We had the German paper. We didn't have the English paper, so we had to write a paper of a 15-page paper. As we were writing the statement of purpose, reading the books the professors had published, we also had to come up with a 15-page paper, and we chose to write something on German linguistics. So we had to do that as well. And now coupled with doing your normal semester work, and that's also about 15 to 25 pages, for 3 courses, they have to do their usual work, and then do the intensive German language course.
So we struck a deal with one of our professors because we told them we got them involved in our plans that were planning to Stanford. And then we talked to one of our professors that was teaching us a course in English, the linguistics course, that let's start early, because it was not yet time to submit the final paper. So we need a sample paper to submit to Stanford. So we're thinking of just using one bird to kill 2 stones. I mean, it doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's just get a topic for your course and then write it quickly so we can submit to Stanford and submit to you.
And you agreed.
Just to make our life
very
easier.
kind people.
If you can make your life easier, you do it.
Yeah. So he agreed to let us write the paper and then even submit to him to proofread and all of that before submitting to Stanford as a sample English paper. And then of course the DAD application also came. We had been my Tennessee application, Stanford application. By the time that application came, I'm like, you know what, I'm drained, but I've written a lot, and I'm just going to take from what I've written and send to Dad.
That's just a CV.
Yeah.
It's German.
Exactly.
Give it to you.
Write a motivational letter in German as well for Dad. That was what it was about, and submit. Okay.
And still at this point, we were meeting with our professors because they were trying to get us, aware and giving us more options for our PhD. So they were giving us a list of schools to apply to. Someone gave us a list of 10 schools. Another professors give us a list of 12 and so on. And then, we're talking to friends as well. And then I can't forget a comment somebody made and said, why are you applying to Stanford? I mean, you people, you want to limit your chances of staying in the US. Why not just, target those small schools? They have higher acceptance rate. We're like,
one thing about me, I can't have big dreams and you ever expect me to calm down.
no way.
I mean, it's better
Especially
when
you
God
have the
is
backing
now,
of God.
exactly, when God is telling me to do something.
You're crazy.
Something is big, and I tell God, no, we're not fit. We can't do it. Let's just settle for the smaller ones.
So like, whatever happens, there's no pressure on us to start applying.
Exactly.
We have to get Stanford out of the way first. Then if there is a no, of course we're going to apply later.
To other schools.
Yeah. But then let's get Stanford out of the way before considering.
That was exactly what it was. It was not us we're being realistic. Stanford is difficult. It's like the hardest university to get into in the world. It even beats Harvard in acceptance rate. Being very realistic, it's so difficult to get into Stanford. We know that. But then we know that we had the backing of God, number one. And then number two, we had like time. This was just getting to our second semester. Normally, we're supposed to finish our PhD, our master's by December 2022, and this was just July 2021. So we even had time, like even after finishing by December, if we wanted to still apply this year, like this summer, we would still get in like to universities next year, which is supposed to be the ideal time for us to resume for our PhD anyway. So we're like, Stanford's list was supposed to come out according to them in April. So I'm like, by the time it comes out in April, if we don't make the admission, we start applying to other universities in May 2022. Like, no pressure. Let's just do this and focus on just this one, and then get it over and done with. And then our professors also being realistic. They were like, it's difficult to get into Stanford.
And then the both of you should try and split yourself. Don't just.
Everyone is always saying these things. Try and split.
Yes.
I understand, but why? Let's try together first, and then when
there's no harm in trying.
If they accept one person, and the other person can then go to another place. Like, why should I? Anyway, so they gave us so many universities to choose from. They were not even being like anything. They even told us to apply to. Okay, they were like, in Harvard it's more research than what they call it. It's more research than maybe hands-on or something like that.
Yeah.
So if you want to Yale, like they gave us all this list actually, and then University of Chicago, University of Texas, so many universities.
And then they said Ohio University is the one with the best German program.
Yeah, and the University of Wisconsin.
We need
Madison
some prestige too.
Yeah. I will always go for what's prestigious. If it's the Bible says whatever is good, lovely, of good report, blah blah blah, think on these things, of course. So we told them that okay, we'll apply to these ones next year, but let's just focus on what we have on ground, because they were also trying to help us to review our statements of purpose. They were so helpful, like
the best.
Yeah, we cannot even undermine the efforts of our professors. Everybody was just having a crazy semester. It was getting to the end. They were like grading, teaching, setting exam questions, and still helping us like with all this application. I cannot even undermine their efforts. They
God bless them.
Best. Yeah,
God bless
they were
them.
so helpful. And then finally, we finally submitted. Oh my God! When you just press that send, submit, application complete. Oh my God! You just take a deep breath and like, it is finished. Now over to you, God. That was just how it felt. I'm trying to still relive the moment when like all the applications submitted.
We were running mad. We were on another, and that's what God does. If there is a will, or how do they say, there is always a way.
Yeah, there's a will.
I knew at that time that we were not operating in our own strength.
Yeah, exactly.
It was God's strength.
Tell me how you're going to the library from 10 to 9
every
consistently.
Day, having like 10 things on your list and being able to complete all of them before the deadline. And I remember your application to Stanford now, Tennessee was done. That was the first one we pushed out. And then yours got submitted the night before the deadline.
Yeah,
because our professors were busy.
They weren't able to
write
the recommendation letters in time. So it has to be submitted like the night of the deadline. Oh my gosh. So I was already like, if she's not going to submit it, then I don't know, I might just ask for an extension or something, whatever. And then she submitted. Oh gosh, I was so, when you're so drained there, like whatever happens this semester happens. I tried my best, but to God's glory, and by the grace of God, we finished the semester on a 4.0 GPA. It was just amazing. That was like, I felt that was like a proof that yes, God is doing something, because we were drained out, mentally like exhausted, but we felt like this must be God. trying to show us that I got you, okay?
Don't
Got
worry.
you, got you out.
So the only thing that was that we're looking forward to, that was making us happy, was the trip to Nigeria. So we had already bought tickets for this trip
In June.
since June.
Yeah.
So, you know, just having the day go by, the days go by, and, you know, all of those things, they were making the time fly by faster, you know. So it was like,
Yeah, that's
this is
so true.
October, you know,
I'm
December.
like, December is just rest. I'm just going home to like eat and sleep. I don't even want to see any book. I don't want to do anything. You know the way you say all of that. Yeah. So I think that's it. That was what the application contained. And
If you still have questions, you please comment your questions down below.
Just
or
make sure
if you
that-
have means of getting to us, you can always send your questions, and
Just-
we'll try to answer them.
yeah, just make sure that, especially for a statement of purpose, if you're going for your PhD, you have to read a lot. You can't just submit a DM shallow statement. You have to like go deep, research on what the professor you're working with has done. Read so many of their books,
And
like I said.
review it. Give it to people to review.
Exactly.
Give it to do some. Let them. I had to edit mine like up to 6 times. It
Oh my
was that
gosh.
crazy.
And it was like a maximum of 2 pages,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
So you have to quickly get to the point.
I remember. Okay, one funny thing. Our diversity statement.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to write up to. We saw 1,000, so we thought 1,000 words, and so we're in the library just writing, bringing ideas. Finally, we were able to get the 1,000 words, and then it was time for submission. We put it in, and it said it was too much. And then we read again just 1,000 characters. Do you know the difference between 1,000 characters and 1,000 words? It was
I had to just
crazy.
delete everything because I was
So
like,
why did I waste
I
my
was like, okay, I'll cut it. If you cut it, it will not
It
make
will
sense.
make sense,
You
yeah.
just have to delete everything and start
And
again. I'm
start
like,
again for 1,000 characters.
that's what
So,
happens when you've been applying to, when you've been writing so many essays.
Where your target is too top notch.
Exactly.
So you have to, you know, but
Yeah, so that was it. And then very soon we talk about how we also got like the day our acceptance basically, and our trip to Nigeria. That will be coming in the next video, and then we'll talk about this. Bye.
thank you for always.